What's going on, world? It's Work Hard Wednesday, February 18th, 2015. It's me, Will, and S, and we just want to get started real, jump right into it. Uh, what is it? Go ahead and read off your cheat sheet, Will.
Yep. Pull it up real quick. Ooze Juice, the never-ending boost. This is more than just another drink. Dare to turn your dream into reality, to inspire a generation to go further, instill confidence in oneself, and transform into a new you. Motivation, determination, and patience. Strength, unity, and peace is our recipe for you to succeed. Join the movement. OozeJuice.com. Bottle type 20 ounce, 591 milliliters. Heat set Amcor, Power Flex, long neck PET, polyethylene terephthalate, bottle diameter 2.582 inches, bottle width 2.582 inches, bottle height 8.5 inches, net weight of fluid 619.1 grams, with gross weight of fluid and bottle 659.1 grams. Finish 38 millimeters, bottle weight 40 grams. Nutrition facts: serving size 8 fluid ounce, 240 milliliters, 60 milligrams of caffeine per 8 fluid ounce, 150 milligrams of natural caffeine per 20 fluid ounces. Serving per container is 2.5, with the calories at 70 per serving, with a total of 175. Calories from fat 0, total fat 0, saturated fat 0 grams, trans fat 0 grams, cholesterol 0 milligrams, sodium 0 milligrams. Total carbohydrates 17 grams per serving, with a 42.5 total, with a percent daily value of 6%, with a total of 15%. Dietary fiber 0 grams, sugars 16 grams, with a total of 40. Protein 0 grams, vitamin A 2%, 5% total. Vitamin C 8%, with 20% total. Calcium 2%, with a 5% total, and iron is at 0%. Ingredients: apple juice base, mango juice, pineapple juice, noni juice extract, tropical banana, and taro. Our dominant flavors are taro and tropical banana. Benefits of ingredients: apple juice reduces bad cholesterol levels and enhances the cardiovascular health of a person. The risk of getting heart disease is reduced significantly. It is helpful for weight loss, improves the functioning and health of intestines, combats constipation effectively, cleans liver and kidneys, and reduces the risk of kidney and liver diseases. Improves digestion and eliminates harmful toxins from the body. Contains antioxidants which prevent different kinds of cancer. Vitamin C, very good for lungs, and it lowers the risk of asthma. Mango juice improves memory and concentration, prevents mental weakness. It is very rich in beta-carotene, which prevents heart disease and other ailments. Combats poor digestion and acidity, very effective for liver disorders. It is rich in vitamin A, so it's good for your eyesight. Makes the complexion fair and the skin soft and shiny. Pineapple juice contains the enzyme bromelad, a natural anti-inflammatory that encourages the healing of bruises and swelling in the body. Bromelad can reduce arthritis pain and postoperative swelling. Also promotes good digestion and by helping the body break down proteins. Contains vitamin C, which functions as a natural antioxidant, promotes a healthy immune system, and can help you recover more quickly from a cold. Also promotes cell growth, tissue repair, and the body's production of collagen, protein that plays an important role in the healing of wounds. It also helps the body metabolize fats and absorb iron. Noni juice extract provides protection against the development of cancer. It also exhibits anti-tumor properties. It is an immune booster and considered one of the most nutritious fruits. Many of its nutrients are known to stimulate the immune system. It is considered a digestive stimulant traditionally used as a laxative. It is also has been found to be 75% as effective as morphine sulfate, relieving pain without the toxic side effects. It is effective against bacteria and fungus with active compounds like anthraquinones, scopolamine, and terpenes. Taro. It is a root vegetable grown in semi-tropical climates. Taro root has a low glycemic index. A low GI means that the taro affects blood sugar levels slowly without the peaks and crashes of a high GI, which leads to increased hunger later on. Eating a diet of a low GI foods can also help prevent diabetes. It contains good amounts of vitamin A and C. Tropical banana contains good amounts of antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins. It replenishes energy and revitalizes the body instantly. Vitamin C helps the body develop resistance against infectious agents and scavenge harmful oxygen free radicals. Malic acid is an organic compound that is made by all living organisms. It contributes to the pleasantly sour taste of fruits and is used as a food additive. Natural caffeine is the raw green Arabica coffee bean, which is considered to make milder, less bitter coffee. It is the Adam and Eve of coffee beans. It is grown in Ethiopia as well as 70 other equatorial countries. Pectin with corn syrup solids is a gelling agent used as a stabilizer in fruit juices. It gives you that excellent mouthfeel with taste consumers expect from fruit juices. Note the difference between HFCS and corn syrup solids are that HFCS is in a liquid form and is 100% glucose. Corn syrup solids is dehydrated until it is 10% water and is in a powder form.
Nice. So I want to do something kind of different tonight. Um, I know it says three here, so let's start with this before I pull this other thing up. But can you guys tell me like something that I haven't been doing as of late?
Texting out to see if we did it. Updates.
Kind of broke up there.
Texting us, asking us for updates.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys like like what would you guys' like answers be as to why I haven't done that? Just curious to know.
Probably seeing if we're going to send you something without getting that.
Anything else? All right. So the reason why I haven't been sending out texts, and you guys probably know this as well. Is like because once again I repeated myself probably over a dozen times already uh, because of the lack of responses when we do it. So when we did that, or when we were doing it, and the reason, see, here was the thing that we have to understand is when someone, when you guys come and knock on my door, and then you guys say like, "Hey man, I think we should do this. I think we should be more, we should communicate more," and then we do it, like we implement it, and we say let's do it, and then we're not even we're not even doing it, and we were the ones who brought it to somebody's doorstep. Dude, that's the thing. It's like, well, why was it brought up if we're not going to stay committed to it? And so my thinking was, like I was just trying to get an overall feel perspective. How effective is that really? Because now I'm looking at it is, and hopefully you guys agree with me as well, as it's still too lenient and it's too broad of a text or of a communication, I should say. What I mean by that is too broad is because I'll say, what's up, guys? What's up, fellas? Can you guys send me your daily updates? And then everybody pretty much, it's too broad, like to me in my eyes. And so I thought to myself, well, how can we use this communication tool um, with us keeping track or keeping everybody on each other's on our toes, I should say, every single day with being progressive, making sure that we all put in an effort towards what we're doing for the company each and every day with the time that we're allotted. And I said to myself, I said, well, huh, maybe we should really think about like having a to-do list like every single day because we talked about it before, but I think we missed that part, and therefore because it was too broad, once again now we leave it open for the same repeated text. Oh, I just did this, and we're not really getting anywhere. We know those are like the things that are on the back of our hands that we already know we should do. So I'll bring up Will, for example, and I'll say, what's up, Bruce? What'd you do today? And they say, oh, I got my social media post done. Well, that's already a no-brainer, right? So we already know that that's already being taken care of because we've been doing that. But now, if we really pinpoint what our to-do list is for the day, and it's not like we have a whole 10, 20 things, 10 to 20 thing to-do list. It's real simple. Where we say to ourselves, man, what do we always say? What are the top 3 things that I can do to move my company forward? What are those things for the day? And I bring this up because I mean, how do you guys feel about that? I think it's more focused on our efforts as compared to just leaving it up for a free fall and then we fall off the cliff because it's just, hey, what'd you do today? Let me just give them the same response, or damn, I didn't even do anything today, and then you're just trying to find something. But if we are able to take a to-do list each and every day and implement it, and now we not only do we communicate more effectively, but we actually have a set of things that we can feel good about because we listed them out. What do you guys think about that? And Will was on the right path where he was listing out his things for marketing from Monday to Tuesday and the things that he wanted to do. That was on the right path, and that's where I kind of got the idea. And then everything that we talked about on prior occasions, I said, well, we got to start piecing these things together because we're going to get the same results. And the same results is, once again, me not texting and just finding out, okay, let's see who would respond to me. Hey, Oos, I just want to check in with you and just say, hey, man, this is what but nobody did that. So I knew that, like, okay, we failed right there because obviously I didn't get my point across effectively enough where people felt compelled to say, damn, let me just stop what I've been doing this for a little bit. We've been asking why didn't Bug reach out to me today? Well, let me take that step. Let me take the initiative. And so I failed on that part. So I said to myself, well, we need to change something up. And that's what I feel that we should probably think about. Not think about, but I think we should really, really do. What are your thoughts about this? I'd like to hear from you guys because I just feel that what we're doing right now is not working. We're falling into bad habits already again, and we need to figure it out, and then move with something that's solid enough for all of us to feel that it's a must. Like this is, I have to do this. I have to communicate effectively so that we can continue to push our company forward instead of being stagnant, and then we fall in the same traps as last year, and we don't really grow because we're not taking responsibility for ourselves and the things that we should be doing, and those things they're very important that we can't miss these little things because they all hurt the company. And so you guys' thoughts on that? What do you guys feel?
I feel like it's kind of it it gets like you said, it kind of gets old fast because sometimes some of the things that we're working on, it takes a little bit more time, and so it's like we already updated it, and then we're trying to work at getting the other things done, but everything has a different response time. And so once we've already updated once, then it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, he already heard that update. Or, I think, like you said, kind of, I think being more direct about certain tasks that we should be doing every day, like, I mean, little things that lead up, say, I got a few different projects that we're working on, so I should have a report for every one of them. One of the things, meaning and I think too, when report meaning, oh, we don't have to type out this long, report, but something to update, like a quick little line or two about the progress. What was the last thing done? And then what was done either today or future reference, and then some of the things that we bring up, I think it could be, like you said, be more directive about it, like, hey, things that are pressing. Hey, did you get updates for those events? Like the questions asked instead of updates. Like I said, being more specific. Hey, what's the update on good stuff distribution? And you do those things, but it's like I said, for everybody, it's kind of different. Like, for example, Will, things that he's doing with marketing and social media, those things happen every day, and so it's kind of like you said, you already know he's doing those things, but are there little things that we talk about that hey, what's the progress on, did you try that app, or did you look at this or that, whatever it may be concerning that particular issue, or that particular task that we set in front of us. But I just I think it's just more so, like I said, because we talk randomly, and every so often I give you all of it at once. Boom, here's this, and that. And then sometimes it's like pieces. So it's kind of like, which information, I mean, I guess you could say when it's at that moment, then as much information is coming to you, or, or being updated, that kind of takes away too from us actually texting in, hey, this is what we did. So I don't know. I kind of feel like it's, for everybody it's a little different, and timing is different for everybody as well. Like I said, Will, every day versus stuff that I'm doing is kind of like I'm waiting on other people, and that process as well. So I don't know. That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say something like similar to what S was saying, as far as like, because sometimes like when I'm like in contact with certain people, like Athena from the Sox Box, like for like my schedule set for the week, like I have like days set for like email marketing, and then like I'll work on it one day, and then the next day I'll have something else on the schedule. But like I'll basically be working on the same thing from the email marketing point, as far as like still, even though it's not on the schedule, but it still has to like be attended to. So it's like some things has to be, some things may take longer than others, and then um, like every day or every other day, you're still going to be working on that certain task at hand. But then it's kind of good though, because what it does is like I've even caught myself doing it, was like working on something one day and then like waiting on it, like I'm waiting on a response or something, and then like it'll kind of get lost because I'm like waiting on a response. But then like next week, like I'll just like it'll slip my mind or something. So it's just kind of, it's like good and bad, but I think there's just things where we got to just prioritize things, like what's the most important and what's the least important, what makes the what needs like the most attention at certain times. So yeah, I kind of feel like as too though. It kind of depends on what you have on your hands.
Yeah, because I mean, like for because it seems like I mean, I know it's this game that we're in. It's repetitious. I mean, the companies that got to where they're at is they got it because they kept on repeating what they were doing, and they kept on getting better at it. I think the difficult part for me are the challenges. All right, we get to we like get too far ahead of ourselves, and we already talked about this, but there isn't that much focus on specific things. Like we're right now, we're the 18th, right? S was talking about something on the 10th um, for having, I don't know if you sat down on the 10th, or but having something to go, like at least a majority of what we're trying to get to, so we can have, next week come the 28th. That's where we're trying to have up this website. But we tend to just drift away from certain tasks at hand, and the most important things that we talk about was website marketing, email marketing. I mean, the things that we talked about in the beginning of January, like those should be our focus. The directness of the updates, it should be like this, and this is what I had said before. It should be okay. We're working on the website, and this is just an example. We're working on website. There should be five things. Five things are 3 to 5 things. We always use those numbers. 3 to 5 things that we want to be working on the website. Whether it's little tweaks here or there, adding a button here or there, but we want to make sure that at least we get those 3 to 5 things done each and every day, so that when that day comes, then pretty much all those days that we lined up, they all fell into place. And then when the time comes, we're not scrambling and, oh shit, we got to get this thing done. But we set up time frames like that based on our what we're doing on a daily basis, and that's like, for me personally, like that's really what I'm trying to get at, is like let's really focus on those things that we talked about already, the most important things, the most pressing things, and we say to ourselves that those top three things on the list. That's what I'm looking for as far as what I had envisioned for updates. Like, okay, I'm working on a website. Oh, today I read this article that led me to making some adjustments for some of these buttons. That was the top one. Then I met with, and we do talk about this, I'm just throwing it out there. I met with such and such, gave her the rundown, but when the next day comes, there's another set of to-do lists. There's 3 more things on that list that are most pressing, that are most pressing for the website, that we need to do. Whether it's learning about the specific fonts that most people are attracted to when they're looking at a website, or color tones, or I mean, that's what I had envisioned for this this line of communication, or how we were supposed to attack this thing. And I think we in general, we think that every day we're supposed to come up with a new answer. Like, okay, I did this on Monday, and then on Tuesday, like, damn, what do I? Well, let me do something else. But it is back to what S just brought up. It's staying true to what is the most pressing, which is the website. And then when we finish that, then we're saying, okay, now we're going to something else. Now we're gonna start focusing our attention into these other little tweaks or adjustments that we need to make in order to continue building this thing up. And that's what I really am looking for. Even though, like, and then we could even tap into like what Will says. Oh yeah, I did my post. We go back to understanding like more about, okay, man, I noticed how I didn't get this much interaction or engagement with this particular post. But we try to find out, like, we read an article or something, we say, man, I need to read articles about, those read the 300 power words. I need to look at that, because if I can incorporate, these power words in what I'm doing, maybe I can have a more effective tweet or a more effective post. You get what I'm saying? But it's thinking on that level where we're saying, how can we continue to get better? And that's our job, right? We're thinking, okay, we know what we have to do. This is our focus right now. Will, your focus is mainly on these outlets, like reaching these outlets through email marketing, through the farmers markets, newspaper, and all this other, all these outlets for marketing. And so your job, like my thing would be for you is, like I tell you, like, just focus on all those things until each and every one gets accomplished. And so we got one. We joined the commerce. That's one. Bam. Cool. Now we're working on farmers markets, right? Bam. All right. And then you just sent me the other vendor application for the luau. Bam. It's things like that I'm looking for, and we're saying now we're really checking things off the list, because your attention is focused on the things that are pressing, which is finding the events and email marketing. That's and then your social media. Those top three things. But you're creating a to-do list for those most pressing things every single day. And even if you don't, like you guys just mentioned, it might take a couple day or two to or even more, longer than that. Well, it's still like there's still pieces that you can work on. First, like you can say on Monday, all right, I read the power words, and then on Tuesday, hey man, I found this one power word that really helped me just put together this that got me these thoughts to put together these certain captions or tweets or comments for posts. Oh man, and then Wednesday you take it to another level. Man, I just added 2 of these power words. I think this is compelling. And then on Wednesday, so you see where I'm getting at as far as the breakdown of what these updates really are about. It's really about taking that one thing and exploiting every avenue to make sure that that's the best, where we're trying to go. Like, we make that shit the best as possible, because when you like how we learned, like if we're focusing on that one thing instead of 99 other things, and we just focus on that one, we're going to get a lot further than a dude that's trying to focus on all 100 of his to-do list, or all 100 of the ideas that he wants to bring to pass. We're going to get a lot further because you're trying to become better and better each and every day at one specific thing. And let's throw out Michael Jordan, right? He jump shots, free throws, right? We'll just start with free throws. Man, shot free throw after free throw after free throw, and this is for every NBA player out there. But they do it on a consistent basis because why? They're trying to get their free throw percentage up, and they want to get better at it. But they practice on that one thing: free throw, free throw, free throw, and then it comes down to form. How am I shooting this? Form. and then it comes down to like everything that plays into to making a free throw, but they execute those things on a regular basis, and then they're not just focusing on the shot going in. They're focused on the mechanics. They're focusing on the visuals. They're thinking of thoughts. Okay, what is like who was it? Man, I think it was Jordan too. He was like he sees the hoop as like the ocean, like the sea. So when he shoots, man, you guys know how vast the sea is, how deep it is. Everything is going in. So when you're looking at that, like, oh man, I'm looking at Twitter. I'm looking at Twitter as the ocean. Everything I tweet is gonna hit. You know what I mean? Like that. That's what what we want to get to. And I feel that that's the importance of these hangouts, is to go back and just say, oh damn, you might not have catch it, might have went over your head, but then you go back and you replay and you say, oh, that's what he was talking about. But hopefully I'm explaining myself thoroughly enough for us to get the picture. I mean, it comes down to your guys' feedback, obviously, and then the progression after the meeting of what is called or asked of us to do, and then the thoughts that come about when after we've had these meetings again. So that's really, in all honesty, what it's about for me personally. Do you guys feel it, like feel everything that I just mentioned? Are you guys understanding it more now as far as what our jobs are and what we should be doing?
Yeah. But go ahead, S.
Oh yeah, that clears. I mean, like I said, it kind of clarifies everything, and I mean, it's just getting to like I said, how when I was missing the mark on certain things, it was because I was doing the wrong things or aiming at the wrong things, and so now, clarifying and simplifying things by directly, hey, this is what it is. This is what it, or this is the idea. Now we don't have to think about it. We just do it.
True. I mean, we're gonna have to do a lot more talking about this, obviously, and it's really, we're gonna have to get in the motion of it to understand it's not just a one thought process. It's thought after thought after thought, and I know that takes time, but we want to get into those habits. It's like it's the process. We know there's a system, there's a process behind gaining an account. It isn't you just go knock on the door. No, it's you knock on the door. That's one. You ask for the owner or manager. That's two. You explain who you are, where you're from. That's three. You explain the product. That's four. You give them a chance to sample out the product. That's five. You show them market material. That's six. There's a whole list of that you run down for that whole process to even work, and it's because after the initial thought, there's another thought, and then there's another and another, and then you run it down, and then now you have a system and it works, and you run the system and the process to other accounts. Then you get distribution. Now you're going on the larger retailers. That's the mentality that we were trying to get across early on, but we just didn't know any better. Like, right? The post last night, it was we are where we are because of what we know. We aren't where we want to be because we don't. And it's as simple as that. Me and us talked about this. We talk about it all the time. It's just like we have the lack. There's so much that we lack as far as the understanding, the know-how, the connections, the network, the circles. There's so much that we don't have, and that is why we are where we are today. It's because of what we know. This is what we know. This is what has got us this far. I asked, this is what I was hoping these other guys were here, but um, I asked certain questions to certain people, and I said, hey man, throughout your span of doing what you do, how much money you think you accumulated throughout that time? And the answer was, man, easily 100,000, easily 100,000. But no, so that number right there, right, the 100,000 mark, and I'm asking these questions. I said, okay, what happens? We reached the 100,000 mark, but we're not going to 200,000 as quickly as we got to the 100,000 mark. And you know why? Because they said they haven't reached 200,000. They said they reached 100,000. And that's because of what they know. And it's as simple as the Growth Inc. articles and them saying, you know why most entrepreneurs don't reach that $1 million mark is because they don't know how to get there. Right now, we're in that pot where, okay, we reached a certain amount, and it was because this is what we knew how to get to. Now, the other amounts that we're trying to get to, we don't know it. So how are we going to be able to reach that? Well, we need to start making these connections. And not only that, but it's the questions that we're asking. We have to be more specific. Like even with me, I mean, I know it's tax time coming up, so S, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to fill us in about what was generated for the 2014 calendar year, because when we see that, now it gives us more confidence as to what we're going after. Because if we only had a man that said, oh, I only reached this amount, and we had that man in place, and we followed that man, and we got to that place, and then we got another man that says, hey, man, I got to this amount, and then we're supposed to follow that guy to that amount. And that's how this whole networking thing works, and that's how these people get to where they get to, is because they had these people in their circles, and then they said, okay, let me, this dude Tiger, I was watching his interview earlier, he put it in perfect perspective. He was talking about Drake, and he said, you know what, they don't get, the music is cool, but he just doesn't like Drake as a person and whatnot, yada yada yada, whatever. But this is what Tiger said. He said, man, look at this is what we supposed to be a family, right? Drake, he knew how to build the house the fastest, but he doesn't pass the information along to help his family build houses. So now it's like, man, I can't mess with that dude because he's not giving the information. Now there's some people out there like that. Fortunately for us, we have people in place that have reached certain heights as far as generating money. We have people in place, so we got, like, and then not only that, but those people are willing to give us that information. Some people don't have the luxury of that, so we built this house. Now we're looking for the next house to build, or I wouldn't say we built a part of the house. Now we're trying to get to building another piece of the house. And then when we get to that piece, now we got to figure out how to build this particular section, or whatever you want to call it, of this house that we're trying to build up. But that's the hype that we have to be on. We're builders. We're trying to build something up, and we're fortunate that we have people in place, but we need to take full advantage of these people because of the fact that that information is freely given. I mean, hey man, if you want it, come get it. And that's how we've always been. Some people, like I said, man, people don't have the luxury that we have, but having the luxury, don't take it for granted. And me personally, I can't take it for granted, because that's too much wealth right there. That knowledge right there is too much. And I need to go after it, and I seek that. So as you're going to be called upon pretty soon, and you're gonna have to bring to light some truths of what was accomplished, because we need to hear it, like, full on. And not only that, we need to go a step further. It's not just about hearing the story. Oh shit, that's cool, man, we could get. No, it's about, hey, what was day-to-day process? What were some of the things that caused you to, what were some of your failures that you experienced? What was some of the lack of communication on others' parts that caused you to lose money? what were some of the parts of the process where you said, damn, it helped you to gain money because you made the right decision with connecting with somebody, or you chose to go right instead of left. Those are the things that I'm already thinking about, and I'm already, in my mind, I'm saying, okay, now that I'm hearing it, now that I can apply. But that's all of us. We have to not only be willing to hear and take that all in, but we have to be able to apply it, because what good is it? This ET, like last year when we went to the ET thing, and we all made we all went down and sat afterwards, and we talked, and we said, man, we're on this whole little high. Like, we were really, man, I want to do this, I want to do that, and man, to be honest, I really don't know if anybody, like, really, after that meeting, did we really even go after what we said we were going to do. I don't. And you know why? Because there was lack of the communication right there. I can give you an example. So had reached out to me about her idea that she had, and I said, you know what, I could do this. She said she wasn't good in the research area. I said, okay, that's fine. I like researching. Let me go see what I can dig up and find. Bam. I get back to her within that week. I get all the information that I felt what she should be able to look over, and not only that, but then that should trigger something in her mind to either make a decision to run with this, or let me dig a little bit deeper. Let me see what I'm getting myself into. Now, I told her, I said, man, I already made up my decision in my head. You're going to have to make up your own decision. Get back to me once you feel confident, comfortable with the material that I had researched for you, and then we'll go from here. I haven't heard back from So since then. I heard, we talked a little bit. It was brief, and she told me, she was like, dang, she said she was talking to Mick, and she said, man, I don't know what Book wants me to do with this. I don't know. There's too much information. It's like, but that right there, and we didn't even get to go into it, but that right there was just a little, she threw it out there. I mean, but once again, we're already in February because it was supposed to happen this Sunday, but it's not happening no more. But we're already here, and we were on that high, and that's what too many of us get lost on. We get lost on that high, and then we just go back to, just phasing out like that. We can't get on those little highs. Like me personally, I've made a challenge myself, man. I gotta start working out. I gotta get back. I gotta get money. So what I do, I took the initiative and I said, man, if I'm gonna say something, let me do it. And I really been on this 4 a.m. hype, like real deal. 4 a.m. Let's get some money. I mean, what else? And it's helped me out so much as far as physically, but not only that, it's helping me mentally, spiritually. All these things in every facet is helping me. I'm looking at it, I'm saying, man, getting up earlier allows me to do more work. If I wake up later, I'm kind of rushed for time, and I don't have time like that. But those are the steps that we need to take, we need to think about, because of the fact that we're putting our mouth on things and we're saying we're going to do this, that, whatever. But, we got 15, or yeah, we're going to end it here pretty soon, about 15, 20 minutes. I know we didn't go through the whole distribution, sales, and marketing thing, but it was more important for me to do this. I had read this article on growthing, and I want to like top down. We'll start from Pizzo, then we'll go to S, and then go to Will. But I want you to close your eyes real quick. Like, I want you to close your eyes and excuse me. I want you to visualize like where you really see yourself, where you really see this company. Like how real is it to you? Are you really making that effort, that push to get you to where you envision? Because that right there, like, I really want to see what's in your minds, like right now. And you can take a little time to just think about it, because we got until 6:38 and 6:16 right now, so we got a little bit of time. But I want you guys to just sum it up, like real deal. Like when you're looking at that and you say, man, I see this future of where I desire to be, where I envision, where I feel God is leading me. And then you gotta say to yourself, if you really see it that way, is what you're doing today getting you there? Is what you're doing today, is that gonna get you to what you desire, to where you desire to be, where you envision? And I just want you to, just ponder on that and think, and whatever you're seeing, whatever you're visualizing right now, you know, you gotta be able to see something. You gotta be able to know where you're headed, where you're going. Is whatever what are you envisioning right now? What are you seeing? Feel free whenever you guys are ready. Feel free to just expose truths. I mean, where are you and mentally? Where is it? Where is it that you are actually headed? What do you see? Like, is your promised land as compelling for you to go hard as you think you're going to get to where you got to get to?
My promised land, it's not about being rich or anything like that. It's more about just being, being able to help my family is where I want to be able to do. I don't want to be rich. I just want to be able to help my family, be able to take care of my family. If something happens, I want to be able to, here, this is what we need to do. Here, am I making strides? I feel every day I'm getting better at what I do, but there's still a lot more I know I can do. There's still a lot more there's still a lot that I lack in, but there's a lot that I've gotten better at. And things I need to work on. I need to research more. There's a lot of things I know I need to research more, learn more about everything about this company. But I feel like I've made, compared to when we first started this, I feel like I've came a long way. I feel like I am a different person, but I feel like I can still change and still be even more of a different person that I want to be. I'm not exactly where I want to be yet, but I know I'm making strides to get there. You know what I mean? I could. I go out every day with you. I could sit at home and not do shit. You know what I mean? But I believe in this company, and I believe this company we are going to go worldwide. You know what I mean? And that time is coming for all of us, where we are going to be able to take care of our families, man. And that's where I am at right now. Just like I said, I can still get better in a lot of things that we do. You know what I mean? A lot of things, but I feel like I'm making good strides each day to get to where I feel I need to be.
Yes, you ready?
Yeah. For me, I see myself as enjoying things, that we've put hard work into. Not just enjoying these things, but enjoying it with you guys, the ones that put this work in. And realistically, for me, I don't see it coming fast enough because I'm a little too passive. At times I'm just kind of like, I'll press the issue, but at the same time, it's like I'm still passive with what services people offer us or offer me, to help with. So, I mean, just being more aggressive and understanding, there's an agreement already, and the agreement is, hey, we sat down and we met. I told you what I needed. I told you within that time frame, and so I just need to be a little bit more aggressive on, following up, more, not expecting them to follow up with me, and so therefore, you know, kind of almost bugging them. And I just, believe that if I'm able to do those things, then I will get there faster and, help to get us there faster. So, yeah, just like you said, visualizing. I see our, myself, and I see us enjoying this process. But the question is, and again, the question is really, how fast do we want to get there? How fast are we going to get there? And if I'm not contributing, as fat or as much because I'm too passive. So just realizing, like I said, being more aggressive and being more in their faces and understanding that it's okay. That's business. That's, like I said, we had an agreement and it's out on the table. And so, and not being timid to, step on their toes a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of where I see myself and where I see, was how to get there faster.
With myself, I definitely see myself helping grow this company. I see how far we've come from the day I started, and it's just like I'm just proud to be a part of this growth. Like that's like one word that really sticks out to me is growth. Like just to see how far like I've grown from like the person I was before I started working on Ushus and like to the person I am now. Like I'm thankful for Ushus for like opening my eyes to like things that I never even thought of before, or like just like recently I've been working on like I've been doing a lot of side work and just trying to get some funds up so I can like I'm trying to get my license for my own business and getting my plumbing license and just seeing like all the different things that I got to do. It's just like, man, I don't think I would have ever like thought of doing this before Ushus. Like just seeing like how far like we've all come, like working on Ushus and seeing S do his thing up there. It's just like I'm just like it's like amazes me how much like growth I've had, how much we have all had, and like how much knowledge. Like to me, I feel like I've gained so much knowledge that is like I'm just so thankful because this knowledge right here, like this is what I like look at Ushus is like I'm trying to gain so much knowledge, so much growth that like it's not even about the money. It's about like growing it because you only get one chance at this life. So it's like you gotta grow so much. We all got that clock in our lives, and that time is ticking. And before you know it, it might be over. So because you really don't even know when it is gonna be over. So it's just like you gotta go so hard with the time that you're blessed with. It's like man, there's no other way but to go hard because man, it can be over in an instant, in a second. So like to me, I just think I see myself growing so much with this company, and even growing my own company that I'm just very thankful to be a part of it, and I just want us to just continue growing and just gaining knowledge and gaining everything so we can pass it on to the younger generation, so they can pass it on to the younger generation before them. or after them, because when we're gone, the only thing that's going to be there is knowledge, and it's just like us being in their lives for, all the way down the road, generations down the line. It's like this is what we pass on to them. So yeah, that's just where I see myself.
All right, let me read this and then I'll close it out. There's another article about it's from Growthing, and it says how professional athletes and entrepreneurs achieve goals. The quote, it says, "You only have to do a very few things right in your life, so as long as you don't do too many things wrong." That comes from Warren Buffett. So instead of us trying to overthink like we constantly continue to do, we only have to do a very few things right. Because like we just said, you do those things each and every single day, you get to flipping these patties like they're nothing. That's what McDonald's did. They did. They flipped these burgers, and now look at them. But that's what it is. You only have to do a very few things right in your life, so as long as you don't do too many things wrong. That's the hype we should be on. How professional athletes and entrepreneurs achieve goals. Professional athletes, and this is why I had you guys do this exercise, and other highly successful people use the power of visualization technique on a regular basis. Why? Results of a 20-year study of the effects of visualization on results revealed an amazing discovery. Humans see pictures on the screen of the mind when thoughts are being processed, i.e., when they think of things. For example, if a person, let's say George, stopped doing what he was doing right now, closed his eyes and thought of his car, what would he see? Is it the word car that pops up on the screen of his mind, or a visual image? Mentally, here's what is actually happening. George is from his mind that was instilled while he was first learning what a car is. Then specifically, his present car popped up. It was called a car. Similarly, other humans associate names with images or other forms of stimuli as a way to refer back to them in the mind. And here's an example of why this simple talent is so important. Let's go back to George for a moment. When he goes to find his car after he's been at a shopping mall, all he is focusing on is finding the image that he has inside of his head for his car. He quickly scans the parking lot with lightning speed, eliminates all other cars until he finds the familiar one that he is focused on. With this example in mind, here is a behind-the-scenes look at how to use visualization to achieve any goal. Visualize an outcome you want over and over again to build cells of recognition. Once again, visualize an outcome. You guys all had outcomes in your mind of where you desire to be, but you want to do it over and over and over and over and over and over again because you want to build cells of recognition in your memory bank. Just like you may have had with a car or other learned object when you were younger. This serves in the following two ways. First, you become consciously and acutely aware of everything that can help you achieve the visualized outcome that you desire. Just like looking for a car, you quickly scan over anything that is not in tune with the image. So let's use what we got going on here. Let's take Will, right? So you become consciously acute and aware of everything that can help you achieve the visualized outcome that you desire. Will is going after his license for plumbing. So what is he doing? In his mind, he's taking everything that needs to get him to achieve what he is visualizing upstairs because that is his desired outcome. This is the outcome he desires. So in his mind, he's scanning and he's looking past, okay, I don't need to go here, I don't need to go here, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that, and bam. What happens? He found the car. In the whole crowded parking lot of what the do's and the don'ts to get a business license, he's figured out that, okay, my car is right there in row 3, car 5. That's number one. When you continuously focus on an image in your mind, every cell in your body is involved in that image, and you vibrate and resonate with everything that is in harmony with that frequency, both on a physical and non-physical level. This frequency moves you towards and moves everything that is needed towards you for the manifestation of the desired image. That's deep right there, man. I mean, this is talking about, man, you're talking about every cell in your body is involved for those that 60, that 100, listen, this 100 screen, flat screen in your head, those images, and it's all the fibers of your being. It all is connected because everything has to be in harmony for what you're going after. If it's not in harmony, then you're not going to really go after it, and we know that. We know when we're just like, we're drunk talking. We say we're going to do something. We know that everything is not in alignment for us to go after that. I mean, if it really was, then we're gonna remember like this story right here with Oosh Juice. But for the most part, we're not on that frequency level. For what we got going on here, yeah, guarantee. I mean, we got some people that is really on that hype where every fiber of their being is on something and that they're passionate about and they're going after it, and that's number one right there. Number two, it's the second you impress an idea into the subconscious part of you, it eventually becomes fixed and you automatically attract and move towards that which you desire. The reason athletes practice visualization is because they want to condition their mind in such a way that their body automatically behaves the way they want it to without effort. We're talking about what we want to accomplish, right? But we got to do more, and this is why I think, you know, when you're meditating, that's why they said meditating is so powerful, because this is basically it. When you get to a point where your body automatically behaves the way you want it to without any effort, oh man, you're on to something, because it is the only way to become unconsciously competent. We are trying to get to new levels, new heights of what we're doing here with Oosh Juice, security, with plumbing, with everything else. We're trying to get on this hype, right? Well, we need to really, really take some time out, and I challenge you guys, you know, try to find a little bit of time if you guys can, and just close your eyes, just meditate, just think. You know, even if it starts off, because this is how I used to do it. Like, man, I just say, thank you, God, thank you, Lord, thank you, Father, and I'll just start doing that, and ideas will start to come up in my head, and I'll start popping up, and I don't know why. I mean, that works for me. You guys may be different, but that's just something that I do as far as if I'm meditating and I'm just trying to not even think about nothing else. I know that my relationship with God, my Father, that right there, I don't know, it just puts me in such a place that I feel it's just happy. Everything is carefree. I'm like a kid again, and that's where I feel I get the most out of I find new ways, new ideas, and new ways of attack, and He speaks to me, and that's me personally. But I become unconsciously competent because I'm trying to get to that level where my body behaves that way. When I can get up at 4 a.m. because I know, man, this is without effort. I don't need a clock. The clock is in my head, like E.T. said. I don't need the clock is in my head because you're training yourself because of the visualization in your brain that's saying, man, this is where I want to go. This is where I desire to be, and that right there is forcing you to do these things and behave in such a manner where you become unconsciously competent. The same is true for highly successful people. If they visualize the success they want over and over again, eventually their bodies will automatically do whatever it must to make the image a physical reality. The outside world is a mirror image of the inside and hidden mental world. Unfortunately, very few people have really taken the time to learn this side of their personality. And that is unfortunate because this is the part that is so powerful. Will said before Oosh Juice, he said, man, I don't even know if I even having these thoughts. That's the unfortunate part, because before what we were trying to do, that's we weren't even thinking about growth. We weren't even thinking about challenging ourselves to become the greatest version and want to make some impactful moves where we leave this earth and people are saying, man, that dude right there, he did a lot for us. Just like we talk about our grandparents, and then we run into people and people is like, man, you know, your grandma was this, and man, you know, your grandfather was this and that. Those people left their mark, and that's what we're trying to do here. But just imagine how many people are not even thinking about that. They're not even tapping into that side of their personality. That's the most powerful part. You know, and that's a scary thing. It's like, I wouldn't say scary, that's a sad thing, because of the fact that, man, if we always talk about this all the time, one shot, that's it, and we didn't even want to try to maximize or you know, reach that full potential, damn, that's kind of a waste of life right there. But to end it off, to visualize is to direct unseen energy into an orderly vibration, and that is what is needed to manifest desires of the inner self. Desires must first be created in thoughts, and then they are created in real life. Humans are the sum of what they think about and focus on most. So that's the end, and I'll send that out so you guys can have a chance to read it yourselves and get some, you know, get your full meal out of that. I mean, because I can read it right here and I can, man, powerful, but you guys reading it for yourself, you're going to see some things that probably I didn't bring up, and then you're going to say to yourself, damn, this really hit. It's cool. To end it off right here, we all had, this is our challenge for tonight, man. You guys know what kind of hype I'm on. I said, man, by 3 years, I want to reach 1 million in sales, man. That's 3 million. That's hard. That's something ain't nobody ever did like that we know. I mean, we may know a person or two, but no one in our circle, no one that is like, oh, like we connect. We don't know how to get there. We have to find a way. We're forced to, because I can't just throw something out there. Like I said, I can't throw something out there and I'm not putting in my best effort to make it happen. That's hard. I mean, it really is. Some days I wake up and I say to myself, dang, how are we going to get this? Well, let's just keep on doing what we're doing. We'll find a way. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And I keep on telling myself I believe that. I really do. I really believe that. I really feel that the visualization thing that's heavy. I see where I desire to be each and every day. I said, man, we're going to get here. You know why? Because this is bigger than me. And if like we talk about all the time, if your dream is bigger than you, oh man, you're on to something. We got big dreams. We got big goals. So here goes our challenge for tonight. And this is not for tonight, but this is for every other night after this. You guys all envision somewhere. You guys say, man, this is what I see. I see myself enjoying life. I see myself taking care of my family. I see myself putting myself in a position where I can make an impact on my child's life, and then he leaves a legacy that I started. Well, let's put a time frame on this thing. It's a marathon, right? We know this ain't a race, but let's put a time limit on this thing. We're realistically, man, if we really about some things, let's start challenging ourselves more. I mean, because if we're not challenging each other, you know, that it makes it harder. It makes us harder, because then it's like, okay, who am I competing with? Yeah, I'm competing with myself, but it's always good to have, you know, some competition too, some friendly competition. At that, let's challenge ourselves and let's say, man, everything that I envision, I want it to come to pass within a certain time frame. And I'll give you guys some time to think about that. You know, come Friday, we come here and meet. You guys can even text me, email me. But I want you guys to really think about it. I want you to say to yourself, okay, just like a manual. This one has told me Mark Cuban's book. He said, man, all the dude did was read manuals. He said, man, I just want to read the manual. I want to see how everything works. I want to understand. Like, man, that's why the dude's so smart, billionaire. Started from sleeping on the floor in college, no direction, nothing but to reading manuals, and now he's worth billions of dollars. But here goes this. This is our challenge. Our challenge is to whatever we're looking at right here. We're looking at Oosh Juice. We're looking at security. We're looking at plumbing. And we're saying, okay, let me list down every single thing that's going to get me to my desired destination. That's a tough part right there because we don't know every single thing, but we can list out as many as possible, and we can say to ourselves, it's just like a checklist. We just go, I'm going to list out this, that, the top things, and I'll say, man, within 5 years, or within 3 years, within 5 years, I'm going to get to where I envisioned in my mind. That's our challenge, man, because I just feel that, man, if we're gonna be like real about what we're doing here, these companies that we look at and we're saying, damn, how the hell did they get there? How the hell did they get there? Well, we need to be more diligent. We need to be more aggressive, not passive, aggressive towards getting to these goals, because those goals, they're right there for us, for the taking. They're right there. But we need to be more aggressive. We need to put, we're in this boxing match with life, and all we're doing is, okay, life is getting the better of us right now, because we're getting older. So life is always going to get the better of us. But as far as that window where we feel that we can thrive and we can leave this legacy and we can have this impact and we can live life and enjoy it with the people that we love the most, how fast can we get there? Like realistically, in our minds, we got to make that up. I'm gonna end it right here. I appreciate your guys' time. I thank you guys. If you guys have anything to say, feel free. If not, we go ahead and end this out in prayer. But that is the challenge. Whoever's up for the taking, accept it, man. This is what we got to do, man. I mean, because if we can't stop playing. We can't be too broad. Let's be focused. Let's be in tune. Let's get our thoughts, our minds right. Spiritually, mentally, physically, let's attack. Like really be in attack mode. It's not one day, but every single day. And then really being on top of each other. Like, hey man, what's good? Like real deal. We want this thing, we gotta work hard for it. We want it fast, well, we gotta work faster. Simple as that. Love you guys, man. Anything, feel free. If not, like I said, we'll get on our separate ways.
Good.
Good.
Cool, man. All right, y'all. Well, I'll go ahead and end it out in prayer, and then here we go. Father, Lord, I come to your prayer, Lord. I thank you for another opportunity to come together this Wednesday, Lord. It's about what we visualize in our mind. I mean, we're all in prison. Right? We learned that from Maxwell Maltz, and we got to break out of that prison. And how do we do that? Well, we surround ourselves first and foremost with people that are like-minded, people that are on the right track, and they understand or they have a good feeling of what they want to do and how much of an impact that they want to make in this one life that we have. And then we get led by you, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, our Creator. We believe full-heartedly that you are leading this pack. It's hard, Lord, with no resources, no connections, and no know-how, but we're not making excuses. We're just asking that you open up the doors that we need to be open. If you see our hearts and you know how diligent we're working, how hard we're working, I know that these doors open up. Now, those doors that we're really looking to open up, obviously we're not working hard enough. And that's how we have to see it. I mean, you're going to give us as much as we can bear. And I learned this from Ed. So it goes both ways. It's not just the bad things, but it's also the good things. And that's powerful because I never looked at it in that light. But now that I see it, you're only giving us what we can handle. And what we can handle is this right here. Until we're able to prove and show you that we are worthy for that next step, then that next step will happen. But until then, we have to get our mind right. We have to be hitting this thing like you want us to hit it for where you want us to be when it's all said and done. You already gave us our promised land. We accept that. We receive that. We're going in to take it. It's just a matter if we want to spend 40 years in this desert or we want to get there in 11 days. We want to get there in 11 days. We're not playing. And I know that's speaking boldly, but you told me come to the throne boldly. And that's what we're going to do here, Lord. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of motivation, determination. It's a lot of patience. Strength and unity comes into play, and then the peace at the end of the day, knowing that you are the one who led us and sent us. We believe in that full-heartedly, Lord. We love you. We know that you're going to continue to bless us, continue to give us the strength, continue to open up doors, and just bless us be with us as we go our separate ways, all of our families. We give you all the praise, glory, and honor, for you're worthy. In Jesus' name, we love you. Amen.
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 Yes, sir.